Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for combos.
Let's see how long the opponent lets us do cool things.
Triggers. What is happening? Commanders.
In my opinion, the most broken deck you're gonna see.
Monkeys. This is Historic Brawl. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me at CGB, and I introduce to you the most busted commander since Etali joined the scene. It is Jeskai Etali in its way, but probably way more infuriating. Like, you just don't know how good this card is. Narset Enlightened Master is 3 and a blue and a red and a white for a 3/2 first strike hexproof human monk, mythic, and worth the wild card, I promise you. When Narset attacks, exile the top 4 cards of your library. Until the end of your turn, you may cast non-creature spells among those cards without paying their mana cost. Up to 4 spells from the top for free. What do you do with that? You cast the most powerful spells in the game, including but not limited to Planeswalkers, extra turn spells, and various protection spells that keep the opponent from killing you. Look at the cards we get to run in this deck. Magma Opus, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise. With every card I mention, imagine casting it for free. For free! You get emergency powers. Shuffle your hand, draw 7. If you cast it during your main phase, even if you cast it for free, put a permanent card mana value 7 or less from your hand onto battlefield. Seagate Restoration, all runs Epiphany, anything that does extra turns makes it into this deck. Trust me, because every single turn more Narset triggers. Chandra Hope's Beacon, excellent way to copy those triggers. Sublime Epiphany, River's Rebuke, Karn's Temporal Sundering, Boon of the Wish Giver, Shark Typhoon, Commit to Memory. Extra combat. Resurgence creates an extra combat step. So this, if you cast it in the first main and then attack with Narset, you get more triggers. Like that. That's what it's all about. We storm off, we take all the turns, and we absolutely decimate our opponents. There is more gameplay with this deck if you're looking for it on the CovertGo Live channel. The live stream with this deck was very enlightening. Unbelievably so. It's incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, and I look forward to showing you just all the damage that we can do when we get to cast these kind of spells for free. A few little, I would say, spicy tidbits in the deck. It helps to have a little bit of haste for Narset. Narset has hexproof, and that's pretty good. But if you tap out to play Narset, the opponent can often use that window to take advantage. Whereas if you get some kind of combat right away, an immediate payoff, sometimes they never get another turn. It can be the big difference between winning and losing. I don't think you want a million ways to give Narset haste, but I think a couple go a long way. There's a Swiftfoot Boots, there's a Bitter Reunion, and there's an often forgotten card, Maximize Velocity, which is a really good way to give Narset Enlightened Mentor haste by giving it +1/+1. And it also has Jumpstart, so you can cast it from the graveyard, so you can discard it early to something like a Faithless Looting or a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and then cast it later when you play your commander. So yes, it is in many parts Jeskai control, but when the opponents play against it like it's Jeskai control and they play cautiously, they play around counter magic, they play around sweepers, you will punish them, because then all of a sudden they just never get to play any more magic. How could that be bad? Guys, this deck is an amazing addition to Historic Brawl. I haven't seen anybody else running it. So I hope you guys, I hope those who love the CovertGoBlue Historic Brawl content jump on this one. Because, my God, let me show you. Let's dive in. Let the enlightened nonsense begin. GGB, did you forget to say no question? No questions. Game 1, Yawgmoth. So, man, right into a tough queue. And on the draw, with no white mana, no cheap removal, Flame of Anor can hit Yawgmoth, but they'll rebuild aggressively. We sort of have life gain in the Celestis, but the idea of doing nothing on turn 1 and 2 with our first 7 is too much. So mulligan. Now we have a Lightning Bolt. That doesn't deal with Yawgmoth, but we will keep the hand. It has all of our colors and at least something to do on turn 1 and 2. And yep, it begins. Oh, we also have the Coward's Way Out in our Pact of Negation here. Just throw that on the stack if we're over it. Bitter Blossom. I'm considering it. Might already be done. Well, we drew a 2-mana play. And it leads us to a potential draw card and bolt something next turn. Okay, they're curving out perfectly. Don't think we need all of these lands. They're also holding priority on 1 mana, which could be a Village Rites. If we drop the Narset, then the opponent will have to attack it. And right now they only have 4 power. It does keep Yawgmoth turned off. Maybe that's a good play. We don't have to take it down. We could try to use it to deter our opponent. Keep them from getting value off Yawgmoth. The other idea is to bolt the Dread Wanderer and draw a card. Our opponent, if they hit their land drop, they play Yawg. And then we're trying to draw into a sweeper. Alright, I guess that's a little better. Do we bolt the Wanderer now? If they cast a Village Rites, then they don't cast Yawg. Alright, no Village Rites. No Yawg. Would have been a better bolt target though, huh? Expressive Seagate. We are still definitely not doing it. But let's see what iteration can dig up as we try to find some way to interact with the board. We're not going to find it. Not at all. Three lands on top. Classic. How on earth am I going to have enough life total to fight through this? But the opponent might be afraid of a counter spell or board wipe, so maybe they're going to hold back just a little. Make my life a tiny bit easier. No pumps for the night. So they must plan to cast something. Yep, there it is. Nothing I can do. Hand isn't working that way. Okay, a 4th land in a row, or was that a 5th? 5th if you count the Seagate, and I do. A 6th land in a row. Unreal. Narset.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand. Meditate.
Teferi's Protection, huh? It's probably what we'll need if we want to get more turns. Mana short of using it. It's been a bad game. A really bad game. But it's not over yet. The question is, do they go for Narset? And if so, how much? And the answer is plenty, actually. That's a lot of extra health for us.
I shall miss your company.
4 cards in grave. No plays. No using their mana. 7 lands. That might be one of the worst draws I could hit. Well, there is only one. And it is the Enlightened Master. Okay. Interesting. I'm guessing it's because they have an edict of some kind. The question will be, can we survive this turn? Hexproof. Hexproof's pretty good. Menace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are not willing to send. They are playing so carefully. I think it's going to cost them. I think they've been way too cautious this game. We should be dead. But let's see. We're not out of it yet. Narset still has to do the thing. Can we take all the turns? We have a Teferi's protection, so we know it's not over. Let's see what happens. Looting, wash away, and the one ring. So Yawgmoth has protection from humans, so that's a very easy block for the opponent to make. So let's wait, see if they make it. Okay. So we could use Teferi's protection. If we do that, we can still cast these because they cost 0. But we can't cast the rest of our spells because our lands will be phased out. So is there anything we would want to do with our mana before then is the question. Floating it won't do any good because it won't make it out of combat. But I don't see another thing that I can do with it. Also, the One Ring can give us another turn of protection. So here's what we do. We let Narset die and we recast. Remember, protection from humans, so snapping back Lightning Bolt won't do us any good. All right. Let's loot. Boots Rift. Okay. Okay. Ring. Protection from everything. Basically a fog for another turn. Now that we have the boots, maybe we want to play Narset when we have 9 mana. We could play the boots out now. We have 8 cards in the grave. It's a good treasure cruise turn. Okay. We draw. No land there. So there's a chance we don't have the land next turn for the Narset. I think a way to fix that is to just go for Seagate. And we have the Rift. And we have protection from everything. I think this is the play. And there's a Time Warp. Oh, baby. A Time Warp and a Mystic Sanctuary. How's our island count? It's at 3. Okay, opponent. I have protection from everything. Can you find something to do here? I'm gonna go hide these lands at the back. I'll just be sorting my hand while they figure out what to do. What can you do to someone with protection from everything? You have to finish this deck. Playing around sweepers, you can't do it. You gotta kill it because, my God, if it gets even one Narset activation, it becomes so hard to kill. Okay. Trust me, I'll find something. Yeah, not sure how we lose. I am me. So that means occasionally we find a way. But yeah, let's warp. Let's Sanctuary. What do we have left for this turn? 3 mana. Well, eventually, maybe not right away, but eventually I think we'll need these boots. We could draw with ring. I don't want to die to my ring. It's not that important. We have a lot of cards as it is. Do it again. Let's passage. Let's play the Search for Azcanta. Because we'll transform it. What else? Nothing else, I guess. I guess we can big score into the search. And there's a Shark Typhoon. All right, moving right along. We have Snap Time Warp next turn. Sublime Epiphany. Sublime Epiphany, huh? I guess we'll wait and see where we end up. Let's go for... if now we can play Narset. We can put the boots on Narset, then we have 2 mana left. Not good enough. We're trying to get to where we can Narset and then Teferi's Protection. Maybe Cyclonic Rift is the play. Let's go for the Time Warp and keep getting the turns. I have to exile it after this. So there's that. Opponent can take some solace there. All right, 3 mana left. What do we do with it? I mean, these counter spells are nice and all. I don't think they're useful. Countering the opponent's stuff isn't going to get me very far at this moment. I'm trying to stay alive. Flooded Strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Equip Protection. We also have a few plays. Sublime Epiphany Otawara bouncing 1 ring can keep the protection racket going. But getting the Narset cooking, I think, is going to be a key. Hasty Haste. What do we hit? Jwari's Solve revealed. See how they block? We could use Response Resurgence to kill Yawgmoth if it blocks. But I think that the protection is the safe play. Yay, life total can't change. I've never felt so secure. Give me 3 cards. Allrun's Epiphany. Give me a card out of the deck. Sundering. Turns are the name of the game, baby. Have you ever seen a deck so helpless? Bounce the Yawg. You're gonna have to actually think about blocking Narset now. Vigilance and first strike. After this, there's an additional combat phase, huh? That sounds fun to me. Can they kill this? I mean, they can definitely throw enough things in front of it to probably kill it. Especially if I do Response Resurgence. Let's just do it next turn because we can do it and Cyclonic Rift. Okay, a full whiff. It happens. We got chumps. Our opponent's still hoping they get another turn. You don't get another turn. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Leave the good stuff in there for Mizzix's Mastery when you can. River's Rebuke. Actually, I think Helix is like, we have Cyclonic Rift already. Let's take these two. That ring, it keeps threatening to hurt me. Bitter Reunion. To the combat we go. I've got the Allrun's Epiphany, so I can do the Response Resurgence next turn. We got Prismari Command and Is It Charm. Our opponent's gonna do some chumping, that's fine. Alright, activate. We'll grab Chandra, Hope's Beacon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough to Epiphany with the beacon. Alright. All runs. Is it Charm? Emergency Powers and Boon of the Wishgiver are both pretty good. But 6 mana draw 4 isn't quite what I need. Reprieve, you can go as well. Double up. This can go. This can go. I guess Shark Typhoon can go. I know. So sad. What else do we play this turn before we pass? We play the Bitter Reunion. Say goodbye to Elspeth Conquers Death. Key to the Archive. Let's go. More turns. 25 cards in deck. Mizzix's Mastery. There's no extra turns down there, but my god, is there a lot of value. So many ways to end the game. It is weird without another Time Walk, though, and without Teferi's Protection. We've used a lot of our tricks, so I think the trick we might be using is bouncing the One Ring. Let's play the key first. If we had a Time Warp, of course, we're fine. Uh-oh, the emote's coming out. Have they finally run out of patience? How close are they to dead, by the way? Helix your face. Helix your face again. Got some attacks here. Chandra? I mean, that's assuming we have the mana for all this. But, like, we can discard a Magma Opus, right? Yeah, they're really close to dead. Demonic Tutor. And I have the black mana. We can go get a Galvanic Iteration. All right, so we get to put something in the graveyard that we're going to cast with the Mizzix Mastery. A way to copy something would be amazing, but can't cast the Chandra. I'll drop the powers. Okay. Response Resurgence, double combats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available. 8 mana with the land drop. Are they going to rope it out before they see if I can finish the job? Nope. They're going to scoop it up. I don't blame them. But as you can see, do not let Narset attack. They were ahead for so long, and they played very carefully. I think they were always afraid of board wipes. This is not that deck. You let this deck get to a certain point. It's not that they wipe their board. It's that you never get to play anymore. Which commander wants to face the new Narset on the block? I played this on Worst Possible Commander Show in Commander once, this Narset. Never again. Too powerful. I'll lose you friends. Speaking of losing friends, Etali, Primal Conqueror. We are on the draw again with another hand that does nothing till turn 3 with the Narset again. We're going to mulligan. The same principle as last time. Too slow. This is Magma Opus into maybe Big Score into Narset and a Jwari. So I'll keep it. Perfect opening for the opponent. 100% what you want to see. Let's make red mana. Let's scry. Boon. Don't think we want Boon. We'd just be cycling it anyway, and we have other things to do with our mana. All right, turn 1 ramp, turn 2 ramp on the play for Etali. It's going that way. I feel like we've all seen this movie a few times. This is the wrong time for the Sanctuary. We only have 1 island. Can't Jwari that. Opponent's gonna go to 6 mana. If they ramp again, it's 7. Jeez. All right, so 2 choices. Do they have the land or do they not have the land, right? Because we could Jwari this, but I don't think we do. I think we make them also have the untapped land on top of this. Because if they have the untapped land next turn anyway, we're screwed unless we top deck another counterspell. Eh? They play around it with prime time. Okay. Sure. Having a good day over there? You having fun? Complete with attacking Topiary Stomper now. All right, let's do our thing. Okay, lands. Wow. Nice. If that's not just everything we ever wanted. Okay. It's not a way to sneak another island down here and have it be untapped. Narset, when in doubt, go for it. But if our opponent hits the extra turn off the Etali, oopsie. It is Treasure Cruise. Seems good. Seems real good. I usually like the Etali matchup, to be honest, but when you don't draw any hard counter magic and you're on the draw against like 3 ramps and a Primeval Titan, not a very fair fight. Neither of our mulligans were particularly good. Maybe we should have kept going. Although we did get our turn 4 commander. It's just, obviously, when you're 1 turn behind Etali, it's more like being 20 turns behind Etali. I guess that was hyperbole. It's more like being 3 turns behind because of how many free spells Etali gets to cast. Okay. Weird. A lot you could probably do with Glorious Sunrise besides try to hit me harder, but here we are. The fun thing about Narset is we're not dead yet. We could hit the nuts. It could happen, just like casting Etali when you're behind. The real question is, do I cast Oracle before I attack with Narset? Or do I attack with Narset? All right, we drew Lorien Revealed. That means if we hit an extra turn with Narset, we have something to do with our mana that might help us keep everything going. So let's do this. Unexpected Windfall and Galvanic Iteration and Smothering Tithe. Okay. Let's play this. Let's do it again. Let's do this. Maybe they're a little bit afraid. Chandra Izzet Charm. Lands. Dig through time to Fairies Protection, baby. And we're gonna get to play Smothering Tithe. Let's see how they block. What do we got in the graveyard? 6 cards, so we could dig through time here. Are we supposed to do that first? This is really interesting because I also want to save my treasures for next turn. Let's see how they block. Yep. All right. Teferi's Protection. And second main for free, Smothering Tithe. Hope it actually survives, because it doesn't have protection from everything. Hey, a treasure for me. Island. We need one more island for the Sanctuary. I guess we have Lorien Revealed. Treasure. That is what you are. Handing them out. Okay. What you got, Etali? What you got? Treasure. Sorry, the commander in me has me just asking the question every time. Treasure. You'd like me to has treasure? Sure.
Together, we will prevail.
They're being so careful. I get it. I'm just surprised. Most Etali players don't try so hard to be the master of Etali. It's usually just throw down Dino, make things go brrr. They have turned on my counter magic and interaction. Not that I want to use it this way, but I could if I had to. There's no reason to use the treasures to cast these, because treasures are a temporary resource. So the whole like use your mana on their end step doesn't apply to treasures, which is something I see people mess up a lot. But think about it. If we use treasures, we just don't untap with them. It's not the same as using your lands to cast a Dig Through Time or an Izzet Charm on end step. That's different. Tis but a scratch. All right. What we want most is an extra turn with a Chandra. So do we attack first and see our options, or do we try to dig for something to make Narset live? I haven't cast any extra turns yet. Casting the Oracle is interesting because it actually thickens the deck. You know what I mean? Because you're more likely then to hit Moxes than you are to hit the one Time Walk. So I say we just attack, and then we'll try to figure it out from there. There's a Time Warp. There is a Time Warp. Easy. All right. 6 toughness. Do we want to try to save Narset? I think we want to at least give it a shot. Dig through time. Exiling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we can find some way to save our Enlightened Mentor. Cyclonic Rift will do. What else? Expressive, probably. This Kanta can also be very good as we enter extra turn land. Let's go with that. I know, we could rift their whole board. I don't think that's the plan. So we bounce this, we take an extra turn, we attack with Narset again. That's why they're leaving. But what we would do that they don't even know how bad it would be is we would Island Cycle Lorien Revealed, get another island of some kind, Hallowed Fountain, Basic Island, whatever. We would cast the Time Warp, then with the Chandra's Hope Beacons out. Then the next turn we would Mystic Sanctuary, put the Time Warp back on top of the deck with the Chandra out, draw into it with Izzet Charm or some other thing, or just exile it by attacking with Narset. And that's at least 4 turns in a row from what we can see right here. Zurgo and Ojutai. Uh-oh. Jeskai Showdown. Who is the best? Who is the best? A great question of our time. We've got the maximized velocity in the Pact, which you don't really want to see in the opener. We're on the draw again, but it hasn't slowed us down so far. We have Jwari again. Would probably be a land drop. Smothering Tithe, great if it resolves, but I think we have to mulligan this. No white mana, but we have Expressive Iteration and Snapcaster Mage. I'll try it. Swords to Plowshares is not good here, is it? Not really. We'll see. Maybe they play other dragons. Maybe they're not my build where it's just strict control, but with a Zurgo and Ojutai. Well, it gives me something to do. That might get countered. I can put Hexproof on my Hexproof. This will be a matchup where finding Cavern of Souls could make a huge difference. Let's see if this resolves. It does. Ew! No land. Oh, it's been feast or famine on lands today, hasn't it? God, I want this looting too. If we just had the red source. Oh. But what's probably the best card is the Bankbuster. And probably the worst card is the Rebuke. Man, does it feel bad when you expressive and don't hit a land. Now this turn, it's really important to at least represent some counter magic. So let's try for Bankbuster, hold up mana. We don't want them to just slam Ojutai. Now we think. Do I want to counter this? We really want it embedded in their brain that they need to play a long game. Because right now in a short game, we'd lose. God, Memory Deluge, though, is an awesome card in this situation. I wish I could run it in this deck. Oh, come on. Well, now I need to find a white source. Found it. But will that be good enough? Here's the lands. God, if that were a turn sooner. Oh man, I'm getting punked on in this one. White source. Counterspell, so I can leave. Ah! Okay. Don't have time for a tap land. It's weird, but I don't. Okay. Time to lose to Goldspan. Card still solos people in 2023, almost 2024. Easy resolve there. And you do it nice and fast so they're not expecting the counter spell that I didn't have last turn, clearly. $14 and dying. Time Warp. Do you think they have another counterspell now? And now I don't have the land and I wish I did. Have I played this game badly? Let's see if we hit land. Failed. Failed at land. Well, I'm going to play out the Azcanta because we do need mana. And I'm going to hope that this Wash Away comes in handy. Either against the Memory Deluge or the Zurgo and Ojutai. I don't like going for Time Warp there. It just gets blown out too hard. Okay. Come on. Please resolve. No, don't reach for your cards. Uh-uh. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Come on! I'm in bad spirits. All right, if they have one more counter spell, like we still have some Hail Marys to throw here. We can hit our lands, we can transform his Kanto, we can take an extra turn, then we can cast Narset and attack and see what happens. But if they have one more counter spell from this point, you might see me go full meltdown. Although if I were them, I'd have the counter spell. So it is what it is. Land off the top. We could Bankbuster, draw into treasure into this. I think that's worth it because we have the transformation next turn. Okay, look at all the lands. Man, missing that one land off the expressive iteration is such a beating. No, come on. Come on. No! You. All right. All right. All right. All right. There's a superior Jeskai mage for now, but I believe this game was 100% BS rigged. I haven't gone first today. I'd like to know what that's like. Not that we've needed it. Every game we've, you know, had our back against the wall and then pulled it out or been counterspelled to death. Jarsyl, that's a pretty strong deck on when they're on the play. Ah, we're on the play and we have lightning. Okay, we win. What are they gonna do? They have no chance. That's what they've got. No chance in hell. Vince McMahon in the house. Make me start Doing the swagger walk. Swifty. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they beat me to death. Let's find out. It might be burn. I think my build of Jarsyl was burn. Yeah, we'll counter their commander. Bolt their Swifty. Goose. Honk honk. I guess we could fail to hit lands. That would be a way to lose. That would be finding a way to lose for sure. No! They have to learn the meaning of the word no. Ha 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 ha! What if you had no food? They could have sacked it in response if, you know, Arena held priority there. But it doesn't. Sneaky. What you should do in proper Magic is target the goose, not the food, because they can sack the food in response and you don't draw a card. But like I said, Arena doesn't know no better. They don't hold priority there. Are we looting here? I need the land. But what am I doing once I get it? And what are we discarding? Epiphany? Teferi? All right. There's the land. So we discard these. And this turn is our Shark Typhoon turn. And then hopefully next turn is Narset. I know, discarding those cards looks ridiculous, but trust me, it's not as bad as it looks. For one thing, having these in the graveyard, there's like Torrential Gearhulk, there's Mizzix Mastery. And two, if we're not going to play Teferi on curve, Chandra's the better Planeswalker. They do have a pillar in the graveyard, so they have that to start the intensity. Oh yeah, Swifty, come at me. See how that was planned? Block skis, Shark Attack. All right, land. Easy. Never didn't have it. We want something like an island to start setting up for Mystic Sanctuary. So, boom. Bam. What you got? That's my move. Spider-Man meme Chandra Hope's Beacon.
Have a gift.
That could be a problem. Hexproof. Although they're gonna wish they had that when the One Ring comes knocking. Let's see what we can call. Let's see what trouble we can get into here. Spikefield Hazard Cartons. Temporal Sundering. Oh, I'm so bad.
Win so easily.
I'm so bad. Oh, I don't have one more red. Oh, I don't have one more blue. Doesn't matter. They knew the moment I did that, it was over. And we are back. Post-game wraps with Narset and Enlightened Master. 8-1 so far playing this deck. The one loss, you saw it. It took Goldspan Dragon, backed by 3 counter spells, to defeat me. Oh, and they had to be on the play, and I had to whiff on my expressive iteration. Let's just say I'm not taking it well. Should be undefeated video. Should be able to clickbait the thumbnail, the title. It should be so clickbaited right now with undefeated. It's gonna cost me like 10k views, but I'll get over it. It's fine. It's not just about the views, it's about squashing noobs. And that's what this deck does. It's incredible. I can't recommend it enough. And if you want more of this content, go to CovertGo Live. There should be a link in the description, or just search YouTube for CovertGo Live. It's the channel where I put my live footage ported over from Twitch. We played this deck a lot. My goodness, did we have some games. Like, I don't want to spoil it. This deck can win through the One Ring's protection. This deck also can win through Teferi protection from the opponent. I did both of these things. So if you want to see how it does that while giving the opponent no more turns, no untaps, nothing, go check out CovertGo Live and the footage there. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next one. Leave a like and a comment and a subscribe. If you love Historic Brawl content pushed to the max like this, please, if you don't comment all the time, just say your favorite Historic Brawl commander that you want me to play. I get a lot of these comments, but I'm always curious from the ones who don't comment all the time, because some of y'all comment on every video that you want a certain commander. Trust me, I appreciate the engagement, but I do tune it out. How can you hear the same thing every day without tuning it out eventually? But from those of you who rarely comment, rise up if you enjoyed this video, and also check out the CovertGo Live channel. Like, only about 500 people watch these live VODs compared to like 40,000 that'll watch this video. Like, if you like the Historic Brawl content, there's more. You should go check it out. And thank you again for watching this video. You're cool.
CovertGoBlue has mastered the skies, so now he's ready to become the true apex predator by taming a T-Rex. Check out the CovertGoBlue Dinosaur Rider playmat, featuring CGB astride the king of the dinosaurs. Each playmat comes with a free Dinosaur Rider token, so get your hands on this prehistoric prize and pick up CovertGoBlue's Dinosaur Rider playmat today at CoolStuffInc.com/CGB. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock.